Louis King was definitely no longer a toddler, so no one, especially his grandmother, was expecting what he was about to tell them. It was while Louis's granny, Sheila King, was babysitting that this whole story unfolded. It was the family's routine that Granny would look after Louis while his mom was away at work. A common enough situation, but it's still a big responsibility to look after a very active little boy. She can realize just how wrong things could go under her watch. Any babysitter's worst fear, even grannies that are looking after grandchildren, is that something bad happens to the child you are caring for. Sheila felt a wave of fear ice up her veins when he first uttered those words to her. Not only was there the fear and panic of the moment the accident happened, but there's also the anxiety and the knowledge that you now have to tell mom and or dad. And you never want something bad to happen when you are looking after someone else's child. Louis was completely silent, coloring in his room. She should have known that a quiet child is up to something. It was silent when it happened and completely preventable if she had been watching him closely. But you can't watch a 10-year-old all the time. It was only when Louis started complaining about a pain in his ear that Sheila knew anything was wrong at all. If he hadn't told her then, it could have serious repercussions. Louis began to cry and fuss with his ear when his grand couldn't find anything. He was picking up on her panic and the seriousness of having a foreign object lodged inside his head. She almost had to hold his hands down as he clawed at his face, panic making the pain inside worse. Sheila knew it was time to get to the emergency room. When Grandma brought him to the emergency room, they were chosen to appear in BBC television series Bizarre ER. Dr. Phil Russell was glad the boy was brought in. If left untreated, Louis could have gotten a severe ear infection that could affect his balance and coordination. There was also the possibility that he could go deaf. Strange enough as the situation was, when Dr. Russell used his tools to go inside the boy's ear, it was a pencil he found at all. Dr. Russell discovered a crusty old watch battery. We've seen this kind of thing before. Recently, a girl with a runny nose was discovered to have put a clothespin in there. Where you would have got that from and how it has got in there, I do not know, says Grandma cheekily. The bad news is Dr. Russell can't see his eardrum. Louis punctured it and left the hole. The good news is the eardrum is able to repair itself without treatment, and barring Louis putting anything else in there,